Welcome back to Easily Explained, where today we will be talking about transformations of functions. Today we will be talking specifically about f of x plus k. So let's get started. So this function that we're going over today refers to vertical translations, which basically means that a parent function or the original function, the graph, is shifted either a couple units down or a couple units above where it originally was. So we are going to find out how to write f of x plus k and what each part of that function means. So let's say that this graph is f of x. Now, this is our parent function right here, the original function with nothing done to it. All right, now let's do a vertical transformation. Let's say that now we have this function, and this function is called g of x. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. It has gone 3 units up. So you do this by comparing the points. So 1, 2, 3, it has gone 3 units up. So now let's do something to this function so that we can take it to g of x. Basically writing the equation of g of x. So g of x, our new function, is just f of x, the original parent function, plus 3. And if you notice here, it's also plus 3 because the function didn't change in any way. It just got moved 3 units up. Now let's switch it up. Let's say that g of x is our parent function. And we transformed it, we translated it, vertical translation, into f of x. So let's write an equation for f of x. First we have our original, g of x. And now let's see how much it goes down. This one goes down 3 units. So now in the same way, in our equation, we subtract 3. So for vertical translations, it's easy. So if you're given a negative number right here, or subtracting a number, you know the translated function is below the parent function. And if it is positive or it's being added, you know it's going to be above the original function. When we get to horizontal transformations, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but for vertical transformations in particular, it's easy to tell whether the function is going above or below the parent function. All right, so now for your practice, there's 3 different problems relating to a subscription. In the first one, a subscription costs an initial fee of $20 and then $10 a month, so you need to write a function f of x for x amount of months. Now, there's another subscription costing an initial fee of $15 and then $10 a month. So you're going to write a function g of x for x amount of months, and then you're going to compare without graphing, but try to think of if you were to graph, how would it look like without actually graphing. Pause the video now and complete the practice. All right, now that you're back, we can go over all of the problems. So for A, we have to write a function, f of x. Now let's identify our slope, rate of change, $10 a month, 10 variable x plus the initial fee of $20. So f of x is equal to 10x plus 20. Now the second subscription, we're going to do the exact same thing except write g of x. The slope is still $10 a month, but the initial fee has changed to 15. All right, so how does f of x compare with g of x? So we can see that f of x and g of x's initial values, or the added values, are different. This one is 5 more. The first one, f of x, is 5 units above, you could think of. So that's how we would explain it here, is that if we were to graph the graph of g of x would be 5 units below the graph of f of x. So we could think of this, even though it doesn't seem like one, but technically we can consider, if we consider this as the parent function and this as the translated function, this is a vertical translation, and it's just going below. Even though it's technically two separate subscriptions, we could also do that the initial fee of one subscription went down and consider that as a vertical transformation as well. Congratulations, you are now an expert at vertical translations. We hope this video really helped, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!